Hi, Kat.
Hi, Megan. How are you doing?
Good morning? Question mark. I guess we should say hi to the peoples. So hi, I am Megan.
Hi, and I'm Kat.
And we are the Muses. Uh and this
Meandering Muses.
and this is Little Bean, um, who activated Murphy's Law this morning.
No.
Yeah. So how do we start this? We haven't yet started recording actual official check-ins, so this will probably be the first check-in that goes up, although they'll usually be just like one person like on our
hmm
phones, like talking to the collective you, um,
hmm
one at a time. But since I was going to vent to Cat anyway, I guess here's our check-in. Um,
Yeah.
Hi, beautiful. So, I'm a stay-at-home parent, but I do work once a week on Wednesdays. I tutor my cousin in maths and uh and it's super fun because I used to nanny her and her siblings when she was a baby. Um and she's 12 now, so I won't reveal any other personal information about her because safety and consent, and also I have master parents. So, um but anyway, suffice to say, they live in a different city from me, one that is approximately 20 to 30 minutes away normally. And because I have like a little bit of like night blindness, it's not like diagnosed, but like I have a distinct amount of trouble. I have more difficulty seeing at night, which contributes to my already present driving anxiety, and highway driving anxiety. And so that becomes nighttime highway driving anxiety. Plus, we don't live in the safest area, so when I used to drive home super late at night, not only was my anxiety already there, but there have been times where like I had to call my husband and wake him up and be like, there is a creep staring at me in my rear view mirror, and I don't feel safe, so I need you to come and join me so I can park. Or one time, actually, straight up, one time he called me and said, Meg, ask if you can stay over at your aunt's house because I think I just heard shots and it's like loud and there's like people, like there's like cars that are like mad at each other in this parking lot, and I'm just like getting home, so like don't come home, basically. Yeah, so basically it turned into, well, Meg can just stay over on Wednesday nights and then I get a nice home cooked meal, hang out with that side of my family, and chat and get to catch up and things. So I love that. And then I wake up super early the next morning, like 5:30, which is why this is the mug today. Thank you to my cousin Kayla
hmm
for this gift. This was her first Christmas gift to me once I became a parent.
Oh, wow. That is telling.
I yeah, she became a parent. Let's see, her son just turned 4 and mine just turned 2. So her son, she became a parent 2 years ahead of me, and she's 1 year older than I am. So yeah, I love her sense of humor. It's great. Um, but anyway, so I wake up at 5:30 and then I get ready and I leave by about 7. And then that gets me home by about 7:20, 7:30, which is perfect because JM prefers to leave by 7:40 to get to work. So that's an ideal day. That is 90% of our days. 5% of our days is I got ready so quickly and didn't need to gas up that I'm there super early and I can just give him the car and stay home. Today, today, I woke up at 5:30.
Mhm.
My little nugget of joy also woke up at 5:30. She usually stays asleep so I can like pack and get ready and so on because I also bring like my laundry so that I don't have to pay, like $8 a load, um,
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's at least $4 per load, and then sometimes you have to re-dry it.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So I like to bring one load of laundry per week to do at my aunt's house, which she very kindly lets me do, and 90% of the time she actually folds it for me, which is amazing. Um, and she gets to spend time with my daughter, which, not a lot of my extended family gets to do on the regular. Um, and I leave my Megan Safe detergent there, and just it's great, it's one of the perks of actually having good, tight knit, close enough by family members. Um, but that does also mean that I have to load it into the car in the mornings, and usually she stays asleep. Today she woke up at 5:30, popped on the boob, and did not fall back asleep until 6. Usually she stays asleep and I can like get everything done, and then around 6:40-ish I'll pick her up, uh change her diaper and nurse her, and then get her into the car seat, and she stays asleep pretty much the whole time. As I said, she woke up. It took her half an hour to go back to sleep. So by that point, I'm like already kind of a half hour behind. So then I
Mhm.
do the normal morning things like using the restroom and making my coffee because I'm a caffeine addict, and it actually helps the ADHD and so on and so forth. Plus, I'm not a morning person. I'm just not. Um, our regularly scheduled chats are 11 o'clock my time, which is about when I'm
For a
awake.
reason.
Yeah, it's for a reason. Yeah. I mean, also we have to wait for you to get off work, but yeah, no.
Right.
Blah, blah. Um, but yeah, so and somebody's falling asleep on me. Okay. And my laptop just told me it went to power save mode. Ha ha ha, good at me. Um, so yeah, 6 o'clock, start getting ready. I make my coffee. I get some soup because uh my auntie made, um I don't know if it's albondigas or albondigas, because I'm not a native Spanish speaker, and we're going based on the general cadence of how I relatively know uh the rhythm of Spanish to go.
Hmm.
It's meatball soup. It's meatballs made with rice. It's so good. And she has a lovely lady named Patti that used to nanny the kids after I was done nannying her kids. So the nanny who basically took over after me is this lovely older, like grandmotherly type lady named Patti, and she brought them an entire pot of pozole this past weekend. And so it was on the bottom of that, and we just like added extra hominy. So I put both of those together for my breakfast this morning. I'm
Mouth is
sorry.
literally watering. I just ate dinner.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
oh, I'm so jealous. It sounds so good.
I'm
Okay, but back to
sorry.
you. No,
I'm
it's good.
sorry.
It's good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I need to
I
be
know.
invited to more of your family events and actually be in the country to be at those
Yeah,
family
you should
events.
totally be in the country again because we need to feed you properly. Not that they don't feed you in the Czech Republic, but um, it's a
Good
slightly
stuff.
it's different culture food. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it's really
you
good
get
food.
you get Filipino and like Mexican and occasionally a little bit of Puerto Rican food from my family. So,
Hmm. Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
anyway, you were saying.
yes, I know. This is a very long-winded rant. So she woke up halfway through my breakfast. I had to go back to her, pop her back on the boob while I was finishing my breakfast. She did not want to go down. My cousin very kindly, because my aunt had already left. She and my uncle leave super early in the morning to go to work, because they have to carpool. Um, and so they left at like 5:15-ish, 5:30-ish. My cousin very kindly was like putting away my dishes as I finished and so on. And then she also very kindly helped me load the car, but everything was slower going because my baby was clinging to me. So she
Oh,
helps me
voila.
load everything into the car, which took like 3 trips. And then she very kindly helped me put away the sofa because they have a sofa bed, like a pull-out sofa bed that we sleep on in their living room. So she helped me put that away as well. And then I'm like just about ready. I have like one more thing, two more things to go in the car, like the diaper and the diaper bag and the in my purse basically. And I change her diaper. She's pretty much ready, and the coffee hits and I have to go sit on the toilet.
No.
That's at 7:15, 7:10, and so I am stuck on the toilet for another like
Mhm.
10, 15 minutes because you just can't. It's not gonna work when you already know you have a long drive. You have to just go.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for anyone who has issues with us talking about bodily functions. It happens. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But so that happens, and then I'm like rushing by that point, right? I wash my hands, I grab all the rest of my stuff. My cousin grabs, the other things for me, and we get all the stuff out to the car. And sorry, the baby just fell asleep again. Um,
Mm.
mhm. And we get all the stuff out to the car. I put her in her car seat. She's being very good at this point. And as I'm closing the door to her car seat and walking around to my seat, the driver's seat, which is at 7:30, my husband calls and is like, "Where are you? What's the ETA?" And I said, "I'm getting in the car." And he goes, "What?" And because, of course, usually I leave earlier, by this point, it's rush hour traffic.
Oh
So
no.
instead of 20 minutes, we're looking at
Mhm.
30, 35. And so my phone says ETA is 8:03 and I'm still going to have to drive him from our apartment to his work, which granted is like
Mhm.
5 minutes or so, 5, 10 minutes, but I still have to get him in the car and bring him to work.
Mhm.
I am leaving. I am this close to getting on the highway. Right? He's like, I'm already making my profuse apologies because this never happens, right? This is literally the first time this has ever happened. And by the way, he starts work at 8. So I'm gonna get there after his work starts. It's the first time I've ever made him late for work. Thankfully, um, because he's salaried and because he has set hours, he could just clock in from his phone, and he makes it
Mhm.
up at other times and so on. But I'm about to get on the highway, and the car in front of me, is just far enough to the right that I cannot make the right turn.
That's
We're at a red
annoying.
light. We're at a red light. This person's clearly going to go straight. I am right behind him and I need to make that right. It's not a no turn on red, but I know that if I try to squeeze, I'm going to sideswipe him. I have people honking behind me.
Mhm. Mhm.
And we're just stuck at this light. I'm like, I can't go forward. This sedan is just too far to the right. So I
Yeah.
can't get there. And because of that, I hit like 4 more lights, the red
Of
lights. I get stuck trying to
course.
just get to the highway. And luckily I could get into the carpool entrance. But by that point, it's rush hour traffic. And my 8:03 has now jumped because I don't know, there's a slowdown and it's added 5 extra minutes to my commute. Oh. And then coming off of the highway, a truck cuts me off and basically almost clips me getting onto a ramp to get to my exit thing. Because it's
Oh,
it's
come
like I
on.
have to get off I have to get off the highway, go straight, and then get on a ramp to basically get to the street that leads to my apartment. Um,
Yeah.
and getting up onto that ramp, a truck cuts me off, and it is the slowest truck in the history of trucks.
Of course.
And so I get to my husband, and we get him to work. Like I said, Luckily, he's able to clock in from his phone, and in the mornings, it's super slow. You know, he's not going to get dinged for that. So he's not like technically late, but physically, he's supposed to be in office. And so he's physically late. And again, it actually didn't impact his performance at all. And he does work, hybrid. So it's not like he's going to
Yeah,
get dinged, but he likes to be there on
still.
time. We like to get him there early. We get to his work and we realize our baby got car sick in the back of the car.
Oh,
She's soaked in like
oh,
gross, basically milk, booby milk, partially digested bile.
oh,
So I had to bring her into his office to get fully changed.
yeah.
And I am just a little bit dead inside.
Yeah, that's understandable. Oh my goodness. And like this is only like the second time that she's been car sick, right?
It's like the third or fourth in her life, but she's 2 years old. And but it's the second time in 2 weeks. And I think what
Mm,
happened is once we got back from our holiday trip, because
mm,
we had used her car seat on the plane and so on, it got, you know, it got reset in a bunch of different ways. And when I put it back in, I don't think I reclined it as much as it used to be reclined because she's still rear facing. She's a very tiny toddler. So she's rear facing and it's just a little more upright than it used to be. And I think that's
mhm.
affecting her equilibrium because she's never been car sick like this before. And she's never been car sick when she wasn't holding something. Because I didn't give her anything to entertain herself this time because I thought she'd just fall asleep, which she probably did. But I definitely heard her wake up and do that cough that I associate with her being kind of sick.
Yeah.
And she was kind of doing the whimper. It was
Oh.
that, and she doesn't know how to say sick yet. So
Mhm.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad on all the counts. Like, he's late, she's sick.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's my
Yeah.
check-in for the day. I'm sorry that to everyone that this first check-in was kind of a downer, but life.
Happens. Yeah.
Hashtag life. Hashtag mom life. And
Yeah.
hashtag one car family life.
Yeah.
So,
There's a lot
yeah.
you're juggling, and sadly today, a lot of those balls just kind of fell on the ground. But
Right?
they
Yeah.
bounced and we picked them up again, but they still
Yeah,
fell.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I was able to, come into my husband's work and his work again, he mostly is by himself in the office. We don't get in trouble from going into his office. I've met his boss and his coworker. It's literally a three-person office and they're not all in the office at the same time. We happened to say long enough that we could say hi/bye to his coworker, but yeah, it felt bad on all counts and just here is and I will uh be going back early today actually to go pick him up because we actually both have our optometry appointments today. Um because
Today?
he was able to get us on his vision insurance and it's been a few years actually. It's been um a little over 3 years, right? Because you and I got our glasses at the same time, and it would have been
Yes.
in like November or December of 2021.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow, it has
Um,
been a while.
and you can't really get new glasses while you're like pregnant because like
Mm-mm.
the blood pressure changes could cause your vision to fluctuate and so on. So, and then and then it's not suggested that you go and get your eyes checked while you're still nursing, but I'm like kind of on the tail end of the nursing journey. So I feel like my
Weaning.
eyes have probably stabilized at this point, um,
Mhm.
by comparison to, the normal amount of degradation of my vision/slash astigmatism. But yeah, so we're going to our optometry appointments today. And
Oh,
so
full
hopefully
day.
those will go better than the
Yes.
morning. And I hope that anyone watching this, your day gets is better than my day. Just, I hope your day goes well. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that is the check-in for today, and I will sign off. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye.